Guys, I'm heading back out to the cat there to clean that lens off, make sure it's not smudged with my greasy pecker skinners. Anyway, heading back out there. Got my lovely wife brought me down a fitting. I didn't want to wait for them guys at the hydraulic shop to open this morning. I took 2 days off, guys. Feel like I could go got a good 6 months now. Anyway, that other fitting where the flange was 2-piece here. This is a 1-piece fitting. It won't come apart. So we're gonna go out there and put the fitting on the hose and then put the hose on the machine. We're gonna have to probably think this through a little bit, because being there's a 90, can't remember if there was a 90 on one end or if it was straight. I think it was straight out. Yeah, it was straight on the other end, I'm pretty sure. So I was gonna say we'd have to clock it, but no, I'm pretty sure that fitting on the other end of the hose was straight. So we shouldn't have to clock it. We should be able to just tighten it up and then have to shove a rag or a cap or something over the end of the male ending of this fitting and fish it back through the by the steering clutch covers and underneath the seat and all that crap back up to the flange. So I had quite a morning this morning. Had to go out and let's see, it took 2 days off, so I had a bunch of service calls this morning. I had to go out and do an air conditioner on a New Holland 8080 self-propelled swather. Everybody's starting to cut now. So then I left there and I went to out to Red Rock and did they were disking, and somebody had took the flag off that was marking the underground main line, and they were working that ground up to replant it, and they ended up disking over the top of the valve riser on the main line. And they don't use that main line with the valve risers anymore. There's pivots in there because it's all hay ground, and I know they'll probably never have a potato in that ground again, as far as I can see. But anyway, they said just cap it. So I ended up taking the plasma cutter this morning and just cutting it off and welding that piece of, I had some 3/16 plate, just welded a cap on it. These guys are moving pipe. But got done there, and then I went back and I rolled that. I fixed the valve that was screwed up. I got to looking in the parts diagram. There is no spring there. The spring's underneath that spool. And there's actually 2 valves in there. So I ended up the roll pin just broke on that valve on that 2755. When the roll pin broke, the pressure or something shoved the roll pin back into the female side of that spool there and just jammed the valve open. So I just pulled the little valves and springs out of it, cleaned it out, put it back in there, and I went and found a roll pin out of my roll pin assortment, and put it in the vise, clamped it, and just put a screwdriver in there and collapsed that spring and valve in there, and just tapped a new roll pin in it and stuck it in there. So, and then I rolled the 2 halves of the tractor clutch housing back to the main transmission and rear end, and rolled it back together. And then my wife showed up with this fitting, and here we are. So we're gonna go out here and get this cat going, and I'm trying to think what else we got. Come back, and I want to get that 2755 finished really bad and get it out of there. And then it's got that 4045 engine. I got the head on it. Got the head torqued down. Need to run the valve lash on it, put the valve cover on it, put the thermostat housing on it, exhaust manifold, guys look out here, see these, those are hoops over the top of the strawberry plants. That's kind of a recent thing. When I was in the strawberry industry working as a mechanic for those guys, we never did that. We just planted them and let them get tough and get climatized to the environment they're in, you know. I don't know, to me, this whole hoop thing, the whole purpose of bringing these strawberry plants up here in this part of the world is because this is all nursery stock. And they brought these plants up here to get them used to the colder environment and to where they, you know, grew and they produce daughters, and the runners produce the daughter plants. That's what you want when you're harvesting the plant. And you want, you know, you want yield, you know, more plants per acre. You know, usually these guys up here will produce, it depends on what variety, but a lot of them are 350 to 500,000 plants per acre. But what the deal is they get used to this colder environment in the spring when they're planted, and in the fall too, when it's harvest them, because it starts getting pretty cold in the fall around here. And well, what they'll do is they'll harvest that plant and they'll send them down south and replant them in that warm environment, or all over the world in warmer environments. And when they get to that nice sunny warmer environment like in Oxnard or somewhere down there, they just go completely crazy. The plant does, because it sees all that sunshine, and I mean, it's just they produce more fruit. You know, in the old days, a strawberry plant's kind of like alfalfa, where you can plant it and you could, if you wanted to, you could keep it in there for 3 or 4 years, that stand of strawberry plants, or longer. But they found that the fruit growers down there found that they were getting way more fruit yield just by ripping them out and replanting them every season. So I don't know of any fruit growers that are still keeping, you know, stands in there, strawberry stands in there year after year like they used to. It's all rip them out and replace them every season now. The problem with the strawberry industry, especially on the nursery side, I don't know that much about the fruit side, but the nursery side, it's just labor intensive, and really labor intensive. Look at an antelope, I don't know if you can see them antelope out there in the middle of the strawberry patch, but very labor intensive crop. And I suspect if the fruit growers, if they don't have it set up automated to where the fruits, you know, picked with a machine like the lettuce harvesters are, then I could suspect that it's probably pretty damn labor intensive too. Probably even more so than this is. I don't think a lot of people in the city realize what it takes to get their food to the supermarket, to be honest with you, and the links and the strides that are made every year that the American farmer, and the bullshit and regulations and pesticide controls, herbicide controls, I mean, regulation upon regulation, and then trying to get labor, especially for these kind of row cropping crops here like this, trying to get labor to do this shit. That's why a lot of these farmers, I mean, these strawberry nurseries, they've all kind of went into a kind of a co-op to they basically took a bunch of their money and pooled it, and they've been investing a lot of money into this robotic thing. And what this robotic thing does is it's supposed to sort the plants robotically with an electric eye. They're using an electric eye with like a air, like little air nozzles. If the electric eye senses a plant that's programmed in its memory to look for this certain plant that it doesn't want, like a rejected plant, it'll blow it one way, and the good plant, it'll send it straight down the conveyor. And I don't know if they've ever got that thing perfected or what, but they've been messing with it, and They've dumped millions of dollars into that, trying to get that, because they're trying to get rid of the labor. And I mean, you can't blame them. I mean, the more you can do without workman's comp and everything else, why not? You know. And to be honest with you, there's a lot of people that don't want to bend over and pick weeds. And a lot of people don't want to do this kind of work. That's just the truth of the matter. I don't want to do it. I always thought, man, if my dad, old man, always told me, he says, if you're going to be digging a ditch if you don't get an education, which I didn't really, I kind of got an education by going into the Navy and going through all the schooling and stuff they sent me to, and then I went to Wyoming Tech. So, but I always thought, you know what, if I don't like what I'm doing, I'm going to study or learn how to do something else that's better, so I don't have to do what I don't like doing anymore. And I found the niche in my life to where I like doing what I'm doing. I like the challenge of figuring out a new problem like that 2755 with that charge pressure problem. I've split and worked on a bunch of those 55 series, and I've never seen one do that. And it was a hell of a challenge, but the satisfaction of being able to figure that problem out like that and not throw your hands up and give up and quit, just keep pushing through and studying the theory of operation and figuring out how everything works. And then when you finally do figure out the problem, it feels great. You know, you figured it out. So I don't know, a lot of you young guys, if that's the only thing, that probably my best advice in this occupation to you, don't give up. Don't throw your hands up because you can't figure something out. And trust me, I get frustrated. Sometimes you get so pissed off at something like that, you just walk off. You gotta walk. I gotta walk away from it for a little while and go work on something else and get kind of push the old reset button and come back with a fresh view on things. But well, enough of listening to me ramble on about random shit. So I'll be back. I'll just be back with you when we're on the cat there putting the hose in. We're creeping our way over there towards the cat. Boy, I'd give my left nut to live out here. Nice place. Where's that cat over there? Hi, guys. What do you think, buddy? Old Dukas. I sure love this feller. That girl over there. Good compadres. Make sure that we're not driving off in a hole here somewhere. Probably should have turned my hubs in. I don't know. I didn't really need full drive today. So see what happens here. Around this ditch. That's where he walked the cat up through there, I see. Pretty good ditch right there on the right pasture side of me there. Don't want to go off into. Cattle here, they all come thinking they're gonna get fed. I ain't feeding you shit. You got grass out here, eat the grass. I've been feeding them all winter, so these all look like yearlings here. And I don't think we can go too much further further, there's a ditch there. Oh yeah, there is a ditch right there, guys. Let's back up a little ways. Don't want to go too much further there, guys. Almost fucked up. Can't see the damn... Hey! 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 You're not going to be chasing cows. Damn landowner will shoot you. Yeah, there's a big old fucking hole. Wasn't too bad, but there's a bigger one over here. You guys got to behave yourselves and don't be chasing cattle. That's a no-no. Chasing horses and cattle, that's bad, bad, bad. Yeah, that one wasn't too bad to pull off into, but would have been double fuck pulling into that one. Hey, don't be chasing them cows. I ain't gonna tell you again. Kick your ass right up to your ears. Well, let's see, guys. I'm gonna have to get all my tools lined out and head up the hill. Well, I got wrenches, impact wrench. Shit, that's what I forgot. Oh, there they are. I got a cat flange O-ring assortment somewhere. Take that damn assortment up there with me. Oh, I saw this. Where the hell is that thing at? Should be a whole assortment of them. Cat flange seal kit. There we go. Alright, something else to pack along here. Ah, darn Duke, I wish you could carry one of these tools up there. This hose or something. Make yourself useful. Alright, here we go. I know, buddy. Well, you sure have a good time out here, don't you? Eating cow shit. Good for you, huh? I'm sure I forgot something. I'll have to go back again. Are you hot, partner? Oh, my life would be pretty boring without my dogs, I'll tell you that. I like coming out to these service calls with the dogs. It really makes for a good day. You know, I forgot. There's something to tie over the end of that hose. Damn it. Probably have to go down the hill. Grab a zip tie or something to show over the end of the hose. I'll have to drag it through the dirt to get it back in there. Alright. Grab the 3/4 inch socket too. Very clean. Pin wrenches. I know I grabbed a 3/4 inch socket. There it is. It fell out with that other one. Whew. I gotta go down the hill and get a zip tie and a rag. Zip tie the rag to the fitting and shove it back through the holes so I don't get something full of dirt. Let's see. A fun way about it. Let's see where I wound up at. water. Let my balls go. Well, guys, I finally got it in there, I think. I hope. That bottom bolt getting it tight. I had to make about 3 different trips down there, but back up and back. I had to go get me a piece of brazing rod and bend me a hook on the end of it, so every time the wrench fell off, I could hook it on the box end of the wrench with a piece of rod and drag it back out of the belly pan. I got it together and got it tied. I had to go back down to the service truck once and loosen that. You know, I thought I had it clocked pretty close. Well, shit just didn't work, and ended up taking it where it goes to JIC from the cat flange fitting. I just had to get it loose and then just let it kind of free float in there and swivel, and then get it butted up against it, and then put the flange ears on there, and then go back and put it on the back. Is the only way I could really get it done. And trying to get them miserable bastards tight down in there. I don't know if you can even see that. There's the new fitting down there. Son of a bitch. I dumped 5 gallons of oil. I guess we're gonna see if we got it buttoned up good. Oh. I didn't see it drawing when I... There we go. You can see that amp gauge drawing. I hope we got her. I got other shit to do. Slicker and greased owl shit stepping right there where I spilt that oil. About ended up on my ass. Right. Well, this job wasn't so much fun. I've done funner shit before. Yeah. What do we got going on here now? Dirty bastard. What am I doing here? There we go. The holes line up here. They don't make shit like this anymore. There ain't much on this old gal for a pack rat to chew up. They can get on here all they want, they'll chew the insulation off the seat like they have down there. Or the covering, you know, the insulation out of it. Other than that, they'll just camp on here and shit everywhere. Why is it so sprung like that? I didn't bring a lineup bar with me. If I can use these, you know, those pliers. There we go. Start walking down to that damn pickup. You sure wonder how they get that far off. Over time, stretched, and who knows with all the bouncing around these things do. Should have been 3 of them in the top here. Where the hell are they at? I think some of these, I put bolts in that didn't have bolts in them before. I think is what the deal is. Some half-inch bolts with me, I guess, huh? Daisy, do! Let's go! Oh shit, you get to wrestling around with stuff and lose shit. It's probably down on the belly pan. Probably knocked it off and laying down the fucking belly pan. More than likely. Well, we can get more for it later. Screwed up anyway. Let's just take it and put it right in the middle here. Oh, that's frick. Oh, them threads are all screwed. There wasn't one in that one, if I can remember. I'll probably have to watch my own video to remember. Good enough for now. I'll tell him to bring a couple half-inch bolts when he's out here, and stick him in there, and he'll be good to go. Okay, so where's the dogs at? Daisy, Duke, let's go! I hear a mutt. There's one laying in the brush there. Okay. All right. We got her whipped now, huh? Hey guys, we got it. Let's make sure and back up the hill a little bit. Where's Daisy at? I don't see her, and I'm not gonna fire this cat up and back it up till I find her. Knowing the dog, she's laying under the cat in the shade. The spot where you don't want them to be, that's usually where they're at. Daisy! Daisy! Oh, there you are. Come here. Yep, laying right there in front of the blade. Not the best place in the world to be, girl. Stay out there where I can see you at least. Well, the old cattle shove dirt again. Alright guys, so 2755, we finally got her dialed in. I just want to show you where I got my gauges. You can check charge pressure, pull this number 5 O-ring boss plug out right here and get you a fitting to go from there. This one's going to number 4 JIC to number 5 O-ring boss, the 90 on it, and get you a 0 to 300 pound gauge. And then here I've got, I think this is number, God, this was like another odd one, like number 7 or something. It wasn't number 8. Number 8 was too big. I had to go find that one too. But I got a gauge plumbed into here, and what we'll be checking there is standby pressure. That'll be on high pressure all the time. The standbys on these older tractors are different than the newer ones. They're high pressure. They're not 300-400 pounds. They're usually, they're working pressure pretty much. Okay, so you can see now our charge pressure is correct. I had to get 150. I mean, completely wound up before. But now, give her a little throttle. Goes up to 200 psi. See what our standby pressure is. Yeah, we're at 2100 PSI. I'll put my remote, my flow meter on the back too, and check my flow before I kick it out the door. I'll show you that too, but I'm 100% sure we got her whipped now. Oh, that's the inner inch vibrating. I'm going, what in the hell? I gotta get the shut-off hooked up on it. But we got her whipped, man. I'm so happy to get this son of a bitch done. So happy to get that thing done. Alright guys, I'm gonna get this thing buttoned up. Like a used car lot out here. But let's see what our flow is. I gotta fix the wiring going to the lights on the back, and I'll do that in the morning. It's been a long day. Alright. What my pressure is here. Good. This little tractor. Open our flow wide open. $15 a minute. 15 gallons a minute at 1,000 PSI. That's pretty good. So up to 2,000 PSI. That's where it kicked out on it. And before, if I was sitting here idling, I couldn't even steer. If I ran a remote and idled at the same time, there was no way. Alright, we got her whipped. Okay. Well, that's it for the 2755, guys, on this video. I just got to fix the lights on it and we got her whipped. Thanks for watching.